morning. Me Rajan Upane from Nepal. I'm journalist and I'm also literature person. Today I'm very happy to see the person. All of the persons I have taken interview in television, radio and newspaper also. It's my profession going and doing all of the round act. But when I meet one person, Dr. Abhishek Chaturbedi, writer of A Beginner's Guide to Spirituality, he was a neurosurgeon and neuroscientist. He was a native person of Nepal, but he was staying all of the life, well than of the life in USA and India. His spirituality is one thing matter. So now I'm presenting him about like the spiritual man and speaker. That is the speech alone for the people and whole of the humanity, whole of the human behavior and behavior of the humanity and behavior of the reality. What is the difference between soul and mind? What is the reaction of nature and naturality? It's one question. When I meet him, I kept him in my heart and in my mind because it's one thing that nature is one of the matter, but naturality is different. Creator is one thing, creation is another thing. So now I'm with Dr. Abhishek Chaturbedi, who is neurosurgeon and neuroscientist. But in another word, he is to be a man of spiritual guide. So, what is spirituality and what is naturality? What is humanity and what is the God, grace and gods? The number of gods. How many people is staying with the God? How many life with the God? It's one process. So, it's welcome to the Dr. Abhishek Chaturbedi. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
Uh, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm also fine. How are the days gone?
Well, my days are going pretty good. I have a very good company like you guys,
Uh-huh.
who are not just helping humanity by your profession, but also by social work, supporting people who are who has got so much of potential, including people who have got talent in literature, arts, culture, anything. And I'm very lucky to be associated with you guys, and that's my privilege that I have such a honorable person and such a good human being in front of me. I believe so. I need to give a little bit of introduction about myself. So let's begin without further ado.
Yeah.
Well, I am Abishek Chaturbedi. You can call me Abi. That's how I used to be called when I was studying in US and working in US. Um, but I'm neurosurgeon and neuroscientist by profession. So, but still, you can call me Avi, Abishek Chaturbedi, or Dr. Abhishek Chaturbedi. Doesn't matter to me. What matters is that your feelings towards me.
We are going to tell about literature and writer Chaturbedi.
Well, I'll get on to that. Let me first finish about myself.
Yeah.
Even though I am a native of Nepal,
Yeah.
I consider myself to be a global citizen, and I do not restrict myself to any country, any religion, any sect, and so I'm addressing not just to people of Nepal, but to the whole wide audience all over the world. And coming to that point, we are here to talk about spirituality. Even though by profession I'm a neurosurgeon, and I had the opportunity to advance neurosurgery by doing dedicated research, especially in brain tumor and spinal cord injury, while I was working and studying in USA as a doctor. And so, and also have a lot of publications and in publications, research journal publications. So I would like to say that I'm also a neuroscientist, and so this is to widen the horizon of what we know about neurosurgery, and so that the people, the scientific community, and also the people who are afflicted with a neurological disease can benefit from it.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
are
the
right.
reason I tried myself to be hone myself as a neuroscientist, so that I can help the medical community and patients in general. So saying that, now this is one part of me. Another part of me is I'm a family person too. I have got a family. I've got a wife, two children, and that's, and the third part of me is that I'm passionate about spirituality. Um, it all started when I was in US around maybe around 2007 or so.
Mm. Around 2007.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around 2007, and I went there to pursue neurosurgery uh, training, and I was lucky enough to get a general surgery training and neurosurgery fellowships training there, and work for about yeah, 7 years. And my stay was about 8 years in USA. I had a pleasant time. It was not just a growth for me as a doctor not as a physician, but also as a human being, also as a spiritual person.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I discovered my spirituality. Serendipitously, I was introduced to certain people and certain books, which got me interested into spirituality, and that's where I started my journey. It's been about 14 to 16 years I've been in this path, and knowledge is one side of the story, but unless you embed it in yourself, you inculcate in yourself all the spiritual dictums and philosophies, you cannot call yourself a spiritual
Yeah.
person. Knowledge is one thing, experience and putting into in behavior is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
So by your words, by your thoughts, and by your actions, you have to show that you are a good human being. You are here to support humanity. You are here to bring the humanity together.
Yeah.
You are here to show the people that we are one. Love is all there is, and there is enough for everybody, for everybody to survive in this world, to improve camaraderie and universal brotherhood, and also going into larger aspect to explain about creator and the creation, and the meaning of life, how to make our life better, how to protect mother nature, and explain all other things in detail, like relationship, marriage, sex,
Religion.
yeah, religion, marriage, sex, um, and also about certain things which are very less known to people, like our energy body, meditations, yoga,
Yoga.
uh, also how to protect mother nature, which is being ravaged by us, by humanity, and protect other creatures which are living on this earth, which have equal right to live on this earth.
Yeah.
And overall, at the end, how to make this world a better place, how to educate our younger ones so that they can be a productive people, and at the end of the story, what is required while we are on this earth is how to be a happy person, uh, how to be loving, how to be happy, how to be wise, how to be peaceful, and that's where I want to take you,
Yeah.
and that's how I want to help you with. And the path may be differing from other people, but the crux and the message will be the same. There are many people who have come before me and who have espoused spiritual truths in their own ways. Mine will be a little bit different from others in that way, that I'll be explaining the spirituality from basics to the advanced level, like a school teacher who teaches from first grade to 10th grade and graduate the student. Similarly, I'll be explaining parts and parcels and explaining from the basics to the advanced level, so that everybody can grasp the basics of spirituality. From there, they can decipher the advanced thing, like mathematics. If you can understand basic mathematics, you can jump onto anything, like
Yeah.
quantum mathematics
Yeah.
and quantum physics, everything. So similarly, my way will be that. The other way I will be different will be that I will not be using any much of theological doctrine, or either hyperbolic intellectual discussions or complex scientific theories. I'll be explaining it in a way which is simple, which a layman can understand.
Yeah.
And I'll be using a lot of examples from our daily living, our daily experiences, so that people can correlate with that. Also, I'm not a person who is honing a rope and trying to say that I'm a religionist. My way is the only way. Take my words for granted. No, I don't want anybody to take me at face value. At the end of the day, you have to use your own logic, your own reasoning, and your own intuition, and your own inner self, the voice within yourself, to decipher whatever I'm saying. Is there any truth to it? And that's how we'll go forward.
Yeah.
Alright.
You are a doctor by profession, so you are also a spiritual guide. People want to know that what is possible, how is it possible one special doctor like neurosurgeon, neuroscientist to be changed into the spiritual man?
Okay.
What is the reason?
Well, first of all, let me get into the word called spirituality.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of misconception about that. Spirituality is not something impractical. It is the only practical way to live. Because spirituality is ultimately an amalgamation, or it's the crux of all kind of doctrines there are, whether it's be religion, science, philosophy. Religion, science, philosophy, intellectual discussion, whatever you want to say. These are different tributaries, like tributaries of a river. Ultimately, it will come down to its river. That the river is called spirituality. It's like a tree. In other words, it's like a tree. All these varied doctrines, teachings are like the branches, and the real tree, the root, is the spirituality. So the crux, the sum, the ending of everything boils down to spirituality. So if you understand spirituality, you'll understand all its parts, whether it's religion, science, philosophy, any other kind of doctrines that's available. And spirituality doesn't mean that you have to leave your family, you have to go to a certain place and forget everything that can be done on this earth. Spirituality just teaches you that you are first and foremost a spiritual being, that you are a being that is made human. You are in this world, but not from this world. So you are a spirit that has a body. Most of the people live in a realm, in our current world, in a materialistic world, where we think we are just our body. And for some 10 to 15% people, they use their intellect, so they think they are body and mind. There may be 1 or 2% people who think that they are three-part being: body, mind, and soul.
Yeah.
Some people like to call it spirit. So spirituality encompasses all these things. It all just tells you to, in 2 words, it is explained spirituality as self-realization. Self-realization is not a big thing. It means you realize yourself. So ultimately, spirituality boils down to one thing, is that you get to know yourself, who you are, why are you on this earth, what life means to you, and bigger truths, as I said, like creator and the creation, and how to make your life more beautiful each day. So this is what spirituality means. So how can it be impractical, which teaches you to be a better human being, which teaches you to be more happy, peaceful, joyful, serene every day? So and also bring all humanity together. So how can it be impractical thing? Our world is in a bad state, where we are like a dog eat a kind of phenomenon, where we are thirsty for each other blood, where we believe in vengeance, we believe in revenge, we believe in wrath, we believe in punishment, we believe in segregation,
Sacrifice.
sacrifice. So these all things, these all negative feelings, vibes has to be transcended to super consciousness, which can be only achieved if you go inside yourself, if you can find a God within yourself. The spirit within you will guide you. And also the universe has got all the information you need. Whether you name it Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Moses, they were not trained in any universities. All the information they needed, they got within themselves, aided by the universal power, which you can call God, or anything you want to call it, the creator, or any other name you want to use it. So coming back to your point, In fact, most of the people who have ventured into spirituality have been the people who have been intellectuals, who have been scientists, who have been physicians, and because they found that all the solutions they were trying to find through their mind,
Yeah.
they could not. They became more serious, they become more frustrated, they became more saddened that the intellect or the mind that you are using is actually creating more problem for them. It was like a sharp instrument. It was just cutting them more and more. The more they used, it was cutting them into the pieces. It was not getting them into the place they want to get.
Yeah.
Which is same for everything. Everybody wants love, peace, joy, serenity, wisdom. So they ultimately discovered that there must be something beyond this. There must be something beyond this, which is not super consciousness or absolute realm or touching the God within you or going inside you and find the spirit which has got the answers for everything.
Yeah.
So that's how this came into being. Most of the people are trying to find happiness and all the things they require through external environment, through their body, through the worldly things. That is transient and temporary at best. But to get the eternal truths, to get happiness, peace, joy, wisdom, whatever you require in life as a permanent thing, the only solution is the spirituality. That means the spirit within you, the part of God within you can only give you that. It is not something you can get. It is already within you. You just have to discover it and bring it forth.
Outside of you.
Out of
Sorry,
you. And use it for your own good and for the greater good of humanity. And that's how we can say that you are being spiritual. So this is what
Yes,
to
doctor.
answer to your question.
Yeah. Doctor, it's saying that people or human beings are always think that incomplete and unhappy.
Yes.
What will be the reason?
Well, the problem is very simple. Look, we are first and foremost, as I mentioned earlier, that spiritual being. Our true identity is not a worldly identity.
Yeah.
Our name, fame, power, this is what people ascribe as their identity.
Yeah.
But this is not a true identity of themselves. People have tried to find happiness and peace through this worldly identity. But ultimately everybody realizes that this doesn't bring them eternal peace or happiness or wisdom. So they think there's something missing within them. They are seeing that the more they try to get happiness from this materialistic world or worldly activities, the more realize that they are incomplete. If money, name, fame was everything, then all these celebrities, whether it be actors, whether it be singers, whether it be artists,
Maybe
would not
doctor-
have-
maybe doctor also.
maybe doctors would not have committed suicide.
Yeah.
They had every worldly things. Why did they commit suicide? Or why did they end their life? It's because they felt incomplete.
Yeah.
They felt empty within themselves.
Empathy with themselves. Yeah. Yeah.
So they could not find the source of happiness that is lying within them. Everything you require from the universe is within you. And to bring it forth, the process is known as spirituality.
Yeah. You are writing one book, Dr. Abhishek Chaturbedi, A Beginner's Guide to Spirituality.
Yes.
You can write poem, you can write essay, you can write all of the matters in literature field, but you can write this book which is covered by the spirituality.
Yes.
Change mind, change soul, and change the activities of the human behavior. Because of change the human behavior, we can get the God and God's order.
Yes.
Now, all of the world is recovered by God. Optimistic, pessimistics are the matter. Doctor is always gone throughout this book how we can learn about the spirituality from this book.
Yes.
Not your speech. Your speech is recovered than another thing.
Yes.
It is life matter, physical matter.
Yes.
But it is not a physical matter.
Yes.
It is the literature matter.
Yes.
How we can teach and learn that.
Well, this book, as you mentioned, if you can allow me,
Yeah.
I'll just showcase it to the world. This book is called A Beginner's Guide to Spirituality.
Yeah.
This is published by Europe Books, and it's not a very large volume book, basically this deals with the basics of spirituality. It is it is explained in a way which a simple man can understand.
By example and example.
Yes, by
Yeah.
examples, without using any kind of complex
Yeah.
complex doctrines, which makes very difficult for a common man to understand. And so I wrote this book just to give you a little bit of preview
Yeah.
about what I mean by spirituality and how spirituality can help you. And look, it's a book after all.
Yeah.
It's like any other religious text. It's a book. It's a dead scroll.
Yeah.
It's a dead
Yeah.
scroll. What it means is that this can impart you knowledge, but it cannot give you wisdom. Unless you implement knowledge, it will not lead to experience. When you put anything into practice, it will give you knowledge, and so knowledge when implemented will give you experience. Experience will give you wisdom. Experience will give you who you are, also.
That the relation of spirituality, science and religion.
Yes.
That is the combination of the
Yes.
human behavior,
Yes.
human life.
Yes.
Doctor, now I'm very happy to meet you in one acting palace. You know, it is very beautiful palace like you, and it is the heaven. From your heart,
Yes.
You want to be not only the doctor but also the spiritual guide man.
Yes.
So you are going to start from this book,
Yes.
Beginner's Guide to Spirituality,
Yes.
and you are going to many interviews in the media sector to change the society. Like all of the people think that God is everywhere, but how to find, how to catch up the God? I believe that you have to define that God's nature and catch up the method of God, such as you are telling that the matter, telling that the subjects, not wearing clothes
Yes.
as a religious person,
Yes.
but change the heart, change the mind,
Yes.
and combination of soul, heart, and mind. It is divine of the God. It is diversion of the society.
Yes.
I think also. Sure, doctor. In the last point, we are recognized in whole of the world. You are the you want to be a man of spiritual guide man because you want to change the society. You want to change the human behavior, and you want to become a man in one hand on whole of the people in the world.
Yes.
Like not only caste, not only religion, not only any profession.
Yes.
Human is human.
Yes.
So I thank for you the real speech in this channel, and go forward this. We want to keep of you for all of the people
Yes.
stepwise speech. For example, episode 1, episode 2 to go on and go on.
Yes.
Okay, doctor?
Yes, in that aspect, just a few words.
Yeah.
These are the probably the ending statements
Yeah.
for today.
Yeah.
I want to make it clear that I'm also walking on a spiritual path. I haven't reached the place where a lot of people have reached. Some of are well known, some are not well known. Whether you say either be Jesus, whether Buddha, Krishna, Moses, Muhammad, all these people, as I said, they were not doctrined in any philosophy.
Yeah.
They were not doctrined by any university.
Universities.
They all the truth, all the universal truth, all the eternal truth, they got within themselves by the grace of God. Okay. So what I want to make sure that is that I don't want to be labeled as God man. I don't want to be labeled in a particular religion. I claim myself to be a spiritual guide
Yeah.
and the speaker of truth.
Speaker of truth. Yeah.
Truth. Eternal truths that is applicable for all times. In our Sanskrit, or we say it Sanatan Dharma.
Sanatana Dharma. Yeah.
What does it mean is that eternal truths, which is applicable for all ages.
Yeah.
That means the truths, the principles, the philosophies which you apply can make your life better. Doesn't matter which age you live in.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It is any religion was not created by their their guiding person. For example, either if you want to name Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he didn't ask for a religion to be created, neither Krishna, neither anybody, as
Yeah.
far as I know. They just wanted their message to be conveyed, which was written in a book.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
These are holy books. The problem is that since we don't understand spirituality,
Yeah.
so every book or every religious book appears different. Their message appears different. They seem to be confusing people, disillusioning. Like one person says, they feel like one person is saying one thing, another person. For example, one person says all there is life. Another person says there is life and death.
Yeah.
So what is the truth? So it doesn't have to be either and or. It can be and or both.
Yeah.
So that's where the basics of spirituality becomes important. People before me, because of limitation of time, lack of globalization,
Yeah.
lack of internet, and also the worry of prosecution, they had a very limited time on earth. They explained it in parables, so that whoever who are good receptacles,
Yeah.
or whoever are receptive people, they took the message, who are a little bit in tune with spirituality, they got the message, and they later became their apostles, or they become their followers. They wrote the books, they did their part, that's it. But the book can teach you only so much. Only a person who is a living embodiment of all the things written in scripture,
Yeah.
that means a living and walking scripture you have to become. That's what I aim myself to be. I want to be a living and walking scripture, so that people can relate to me. People can say that, okay, this person is growing spiritually, so can we. This person is becoming happier by day, more wise by day, so can we. So that's what I want to say to the people, is that you can relate to me. Look how I grow, so can you. And I would be teaching spirituality in parts, and from the basics, whether it's from tying your shoelaces to understanding the creator and the creation. I'll be teaching in parts, so that you can understand basics. From there you can march on yourself and can grasp the advanced level. But most important is that you have to implement it.
Yeah.
You have to put it into practice. What good is knowledge when you don't put it into practice? What good is doctor's advice if you do not take that advice? The same thing comes here. So saying that, we'll start in a way where people, common man, can understand, can relate. We'll be using a lot of examples. We'll not be using too much of intellectual or theological doctrines, so that some people of one religion cannot relate to us. One person of, let's say, doctrine cannot relate to us. Anybody can relate to us. So that's how we're gonna go forward. And I am saying again, you don't have to take me at the face value. You don't have to believe in everything I say. You just have to take the message, and you can go within yourself and see if anything makes sense to you. If everything fails, you use your logic, you use your reasoning, you use your intuition and your experience in life.
Yeah.
And that's way you can know whether I'm speaking the truth or not. I'll never say, take my words for granted, like any religionist will
Yeah.
say. Okay? So I'm an open book, and I'll be explaining in a way which everybody understandable to everybody in parts, and so that people can grasp the truth, and maybe I can make their life better. By saying that, we'll end today's dialogue. Thank you very much to the audience.
Yeah.
And thank you, Mr. Rajan Nipaniji, for giving me this honor to be with you and to present this message
Yeah.
to the world, and so that I can help humanity, not just humanity, but to save Mother Nature, to make the world a better place, and at the end of the day, to make your life better.
Okay. Heartily thank you, Dr. Abhishek, for time and word. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Everybody have a good day.
Well, my heartly audience, I'm very thankful for you to listening Dr. Abhishek Chaturbedi, who is a native person of Nepal, but the citizen of the whole world. Likewise, the spiritual value and the face value of the human and humanity. How is the process and what will be the process? It's your decision. We hope that you listen You thought the values in this sense. Afterwards, you have to subscribe this channel, Srijana Samriddhi. Thanks for the today, and we will visit again. Thanks a lot of you.